Tom Friedman a couple of times, Congressman, and another one of his ideas, which is a non-financial opportunity, is that he describes it as when every foreign student graduates, as they, just before they get the diploma, you staple a green card onto it. And so they was undergraduate or graduate degree, they are authorized to stay and to work, and we continue on a more proactive basis of being the nation of immigrants. This time we're a nation of recruited immigrants. Your thoughts on that end?
Actually, we're a nation of rejected immigrants.
The
the reason I was smiling at Jim was that on the way over here we were talking about this group, and I said, you know, one of the things I want to mention is immigration. We have an irrational immigration policy currently in place. We encourage some of the brightest minds in the world to come to the United States of America. We send them to the best higher education institutions in our country, which is to say in the world. And then we say to them, now that you're highly skilled and highly educated, see you tomorrow, go home. 40 of, I think it's 40, it may be 60, somebody may be correct. 40% of the U.S. Nobel Prize winners in various disciplines were born overseas. 40%.
Andy Grove, you mentioned Andy Grove.
Yeah, Andy Grove, yeah. 40% of our Nobel Prize winners, and maybe even higher than that, but it's either 40 or 60. Then I remember, I'm going to look it up myself so I can get it accurate. We should, in effect, Tom Friedman's right. I think we ought to, now let me tell you the problem, so you understand it from a political standpoint. The Hispanic community, in particular, immigration has become a much greater issue, but not exclusively. The Irish came to Boston, they weren't welcome. The Italians came to Providence, they weren't welcome. The Jews came to New York, they weren't welcome. The Germans came to Pittsburgh, they weren't welcome. Scandinavia, my father was born in Denmark, we were welcomed everywhere. What can I tell you? But the fact of the matter is, you know, it so happens to be the Hispanic community now. And they are coming in greater numbers, but the Irish came in pretty big numbers too. The fact of the matter is we need to adopt a rational, comprehensive immigration policy in the United States of America. And one of the problems with the H-1B, which is what you're focused on, is that the Hispanic community that believes strongly that we need a comprehensive immigration policy. Why do they believe that? Because they see families being ripped apart every day. They see moms who had children in the United States of America being told to go home and leave your children here. But she can't do that. So if she's thrown out of the country, she takes her children with her. The DREAM Act, which was said, if somebody comes here 4, 5, 6, 15 years of age, you know, I think you're 16 and under, 16 and under, I think, and you went to high school here and you graduate from high school here and you can be admitted to college and you speak English and you think you're an American, you want, you know, for all intents and purposes, you came here as a child. You didn't break any law. Your parents brought you here. The DREAM Act simply said you can go to college here and you can work your way towards citizenship here. We passed it through the House and it was defeated in the Senate. Wasn't even defeated. It didn't go to the floor because we couldn't get 40 votes. So we bring it to the floor. So the Hispanic community is worried that if we fix H-1B, they lose the business community in advocacy for comprehensive immigration. Now that's a political problem, but you want to understand why, in part, we haven't fixed that. We need to fix it. I think it is totally irrational to educate some people and send them back to compete with us. Now they may go back anyway. It's a free, you know, we're a free country. If they come here, and they can go back. But if they want to stay here, we certainly ought to welcome them here.
And they would innovate.
Yeah.
You know, they would start businesses.
And invent, innovate, develop. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is an insane policy that we're pursuing.
To the